Welcome to my daily practice at Wendy Code Art. If you find this video interesting or helpful, please consider subscribing to my channel and liking the video. Hi, it's Wendy, and welcome to my studio. I'm having a hard time today with the video, and so I'm just laughing because what can you do? I started 4 times already, forgot the mic, forgot the camera to turn the camera on, forgot to clap, forgot whatever I forget. And so it all happened today. So now I'm done with all that and we can just get started to have fun in the studio. So the project for today is the unrolling and the cutting up of paper. I have some things on the floor here because I was demonstrating without a microphone, without cameras turned on, and so that wasn't working. When you get paper in a roll, it has the memory of its rolled upness, and so what I do overnight usually is counter roll it. So I roll it in the opposite direction. Oh, I just love the sound of paper. So roll it in the opposite direction, and the end is going to be really, really not wanting to stay. So I usually take something at hand. I just have this, take that out. It's good to have a broom handle or, something that's round so that you can have, something that is going to kind of kickstart the roll. And then you could take a piece of paper, or I just had a piece of tin foil, and just wrap it around, and then on an elastic band or a piece of tape or whatever. Just leave it 24 hours or 12 hours, and it will roll. It'll just lie straight and save you a lot of headache. Okay, so I have already split one roll because I had a long roll and I cut it in half with a saw, with an electric saw. These are all the things you're not supposed to do, and I just don't care because it's art. Oh dear. So anyway, so look at the nice little corrugated edge. Well, it's not even a corrugated. It's kind of like waves or something. I just like it. I like that. It was only on one side. The other side remained rather unscathed, but I can already tell that that side's going to be my favorite side. My favorite side. So this is the second half. I'm actually going to wait a little bit. 8 inches. No, I think I'll do this now as well. So, well, first, just that kind of a day. So first, I folded, I measured how long I wanted my paper. And then I started to cut it into the length that I wanted. And that length is the equivalent of 2 pieces of paper with some adjustment because this paper is a little less wide, a little more narrow. And so I made it a little less long. And that's if I have the painting in a vertical. And I always have 2 pieces of paper, so it's not a problem. But I do like the horizontals. I like those. And those require 3 pieces of paper instead of 2. So anyways, I'm just making smaller cuts so that I have kind of regular paper with a regular paper size. So I folded this in half because these were half of what I wanted. I am going to score. Very good to use a straight edge. The paper gets torn a little bit on its surface, and it just makes it easier to tear in general. And then start the tear just by hand. Just start that first little centimeter, because that will make it a lot easier to tear on that line. I don't even need this straight edge, actually. The scoring did a very good job. Okay, so all that for this one piece of paper, but I am happy. Well, two pieces of paper once I get that straightened out. So I'll do another one here. And I'm just using a screwdriver. I could use a pencil to indicate where the line is, but then I have a pencil. I don't know, it's not such a big deal, but this way I don't have any marks. And because I have not separated from the long roll yet, I did these folds yesterday, so there's another piece of paper, just the right length, and another one scored. Hopefully, do it one more time. Come on. Almost the last one. These are all art-making noises. You know, I don't want to, I have paintings underneath, so I don't want to score too hard. You just fold it. Folding it the opposite way, you know how to work with paper. Also creates a nice crease so that tearing can occur fairly easily. And the last one. Now this doesn't have a score line, and I'll tell you, it will be much, much harder. I'm going to do this score line right on the blue tape that I have underneath. It is hard to see a score line on a white surface, but it's not that hard. And again, the effort is worth it. So I was going to do all of this last night, and then I thought, no, I want you to see. You know, the point of this channel is to show people, not just the pretty parts of working in your studio, but also just the work. I mean, there's just a lot that goes into it in between. So, and it's like a lot of things where you don't see what is entailed. And because you don't see what's entailed, you really don't get a very good or rounded picture of, the work, because it's all part of the art. All right, now I'm going to Okay, so the reason I turned the paper around was because although on this paper it's not really that dominant, prominent, but usually there's a kind of a different quality. One side will be a little bit smoother and the other side will be a little bit rougher. And so on the surface, it just, it just depends on which you prefer. So here I have my paper and I'm going to try and make sure that it is straight across here. Because I'm going to use this first one to line up the rest. And I'm putting this wonderful little variation at the bottom. Variegation. Tricky part is to keep them straight. And this is working not too badly. So I'm very happy about that. Yeah. Oops. So I can see that this is going to work. Yay! Nice. So I'll finish these later. I'm just so anxious to get painting that I'm going to start right away. And I have these paintings behind me as well. Let me just move this camera so there's a better. Oh. See what I mean about the video? It's a lot. It's a lot to do your practice and another practice simultaneously. I need a checklist. So if you're ever thinking of doing this, it just is, it takes a village, or it just takes time, or you really need to line all your ducks in a row. It's quite unlike my painting practice, which is very unstructured and very forgiving. I mean, it's so forgiving that when something happens that I didn't mean to have happen, I'm mostly jubilant about it because it's a happy accident. It's something that opens something else, it opens another door. It's like, oh, well, maybe that drip could work there. I'll see what I can do over here and over here. So, but I'll tell you, if you miss one of the steps in the videoing process, it's like it's just not going to work. So, or maybe, I mean, I haven't really done it long enough. I'm sure there's a lot of wiggle room, but if your camera's not on, then you don't have a video to work with to start with. So that's what happened here. It's not that the camera wasn't on. I think I ran out of memory. So I'm just gonna go and do some of those technical necessities, and then I'll finish putting these pieces of paper up, and I'll clear this off so that the next time we meet, it'll just be like paint, 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 and I won't be interrupting things by, having to kind of go back. Although, like I said, that's part of the studio process. It happens all the time. You're just ready to go, and then boom, you didn't get the paint, or you left the lid off the paint and it's all dried out and you don't have the paint. I mean, there's a million things that go right, and there's a million things that go wrong. And you just have to deal with it. You have to deal with it in the moment, or you have to, get busy and set things up again. So I will look forward to seeing you on the next tape. Have a great day. So I'm so happy that you are joining me today, and maybe other days too. I'll take you through my day-to-day as an artist, and I look forward to seeing you on the next tape. Thanks for being here. So you take the paper and you roll it in the opposite direction. You need to get it started, and sometimes you just have to give up the first few inches to the wrinkles that are going to occur. But once you get it started, then you can roll it counter to. Having such a hard time today. All right.